I have installed and tested out several different switch panels on my truck, and the most annoying thing is having to run wires through the Firewall. Well, now we have a wireless option. Here's the control panel you'll wire to your battery. It's got 6 different options. You've got 2 30 amps, 2 20 amps, and 2 10 amps. The cover comes on and off with 2 Allen head screws. This will be the wire that turns the panel on and off. You can either directly connect it to the positive side of your battery, or you can do a fuse tap to something that comes on only when you turn on and off your truck. The wire that connects to the positive side of the battery does have an inline fuse. The only thing I don't like about this design is the studs that stick right out here. If you install this under your hood, you'll definitely want to tape these up once you have the wires connected. And of course, we have the wireless switch panel. Now, you will occasionally have to charge this with a USB-C charger. The power button is right here in the middle, and then you've got 6 different rocker switches. Now, I do like the idea of being able to take this in and out of the truck if you just want to turn lights on, but you do have the option with a bracket they send out to mount it inside the truck somewhere. Let me get this wired up and we'll see how it does. I've got the wires all taped up from the controller, and then I've got the positive side going right here. The control wire is hooked up here, and then the negative side is right here. Once you have your accessories wired up, if you hit this black button right here, you'll see it turn on, and then you hit the controller and it'll flash a few times and it should be connected. So if we flip on channel 1, which is my outer halo lights, it should come on. And it did, so that's awesome because that was a really easy install. The switch panel's working fine, and it seems to be pretty responsive, turning them on and off. The only unfortunate thing is, if you don't turn this off, every time you get out of your truck, this is gonna drain down a lot faster. So you will have to turn on and off the switch panel every time you get in and out. Just to test a few things, so if we have this turned on and then we decide we're getting out of the truck and we turn the panel off, okay, so it does not turn off the light. And then if we switch that off, it also doesn't. So you do have to make sure that you not only turn this off, but turn off each individual accessory, or it will leave it on. Now, I guess you could leave this turned on all the time if you connect a cable directly to a USB port. That way, every time you climb inside and crank your truck, it starts charging the panel. I would say the biggest benefit to having this wireless controller is if you're somebody that wants to be able to take this outside of your truck and utilize your accessory lights to light up an area. You can just simply turn it on outside and you're good to go. And then on the installation side of things, the benefit is not having to go through that firewall, and it just makes the install so much easier. The only other thing I would recommend for this installation is not connecting the control wire directly to the positive side of the battery, because it could potentially drain down your battery over time. I would do a fuse tap into an accessory that only comes on when your truck is turned on. Checking the range on the wireless controller, on the driver's side, you're good for about 10-15 feet to turn it on and off. Now, when I go on the passenger side where the controller lives, I'm good for about 20-30 feet. It seems to cut on and off just fine, but I have to make sure I'm on the passenger side. This is definitely an option if you don't want to worry about wiring through that firewall, and if you just want a switch panel you can take in and out of your truck that's a lot more portable. Now, me personally, I like having a hardwired switch panel so I don't have to worry about charging or anything like that. I've got the Novsight voice-controlled switch panel installed, and I just prefer that. And if you want to check that out, I'll leave a link for that install video in the description below. Well, thanks for watching, and until next time, we'll see y'all.